Well, imagine betting on who's going to win the presidential election or a state Senate race. It could soon be legal. A U.S. appeals court is reviewing whether it's going to allow a bet startup company, Kalshi, to take bets on elections. Several lawmakers are worried about election integrity. Capitol Hill correspondent Eric Rosales joins us now with that story. Eric.
Well, good evening, Tracy. Yes, Kalshi means everything in Arabic, and if you go to the betting website, you can literally bet on everything from wagering on the price of gas to whether it's going to rain in New York City this month to even if NASA is going to land on the moon before 2027. But now the company wants to bet on U.S. election outcomes. That decision is now in the hands of a federal appeals court after a lower court struck down the decision prohibiting the company from taking those bets. Lawmakers are concerned.
I don't think this has been a good trend in society where we just opened up gambling and made it available online. So I'm not particularly supportive of the fact that ends up being the wild, wild west when it comes to elections as well.
With the explosion of legal online gambling, some things have remained off limits, like betting on the outcomes of U.S. elections. But betting on U.S. elections is widespread throughout European websites. Many of them currently give Vice President Kamala Harris a slight lead over former President Donald Trump. Congressional leaders tell me they don't want election betting legal here.
I'm definitely opposed to that because you could have forces that gamble on an election and then try to use money to make things go their way so they can win on the bet.
I'm not inclined to like gambling on those races, but people are gambling now on the craziest things. So I haven't really evaluated how harmful it is, but it doesn't sit well with me.
The independent agency which oversees legal gambling agrees. U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission issued a statement, quote, "An explosion in election gambling on U.S. futures exchanges will harm the public interest." But Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says she's not ready to roll it out.
I would say that is subject to our thorough debate and processing here, but in general, I do think that the online gambling industry does merit being looked at.
Democratic Senator Jeff Merkley isn't waiting. The Oregon senator has already introduced a bill to ban election gambling for all races from national to local. The appeals court decision is likely to come soon, but the issue will likely be decided by the U.S. Supreme Court. Tracy?
Well, Eric, I know you're also following the latest developments on funding the government, which is set to expire next Monday. What's the latest on that?
Well, Speaker Mike Johnson wants a floor vote this week on the temporary agreement that would keep the government funded until December 20th. But that bill still has to get through the Rules Committee tonight. And that's not even certain because several Republicans don't want another CR. They want true cuts in government spending. Now, this CR does not include any part of the SAVE Act, the election security proposal backed by former President Donald Trump, which would require everyone registering to vote to prove citizenship. Now, it would also include millions for the Secret Service in the wake of the assassination attempts against former President Donald Trump so the agency can hire and train more agents. Now, I did speak with Speaker Johnson about trying to convince Republicans on the Rules Committee to pass it.
Get this past the Rules Committee, sir?
Certainly hope so. That's the plan.
And why did you do that? Why under rules?
We try to follow regular process, regular order as much as possible, give everybody the opportunity to do their job.
So you're going to meet with these members on the Rules Committee, the Masseys and the Normans, and try to...
Of course, I'll do what I do every week around here and every day, and that's talk with all the members and build consensus and try to get the ball over the goal line.
As you heard, trying to get the ball over the goal line. He is meeting with some of those Republican congressmen and women right now. If it does pass the House Rules Committee, the measure is expected to have bipartisan support. Now, former President Donald Trump had previously called for lawmakers to shut down the government if the SAVE Act didn't get passed into law. Tracy, I'll continue to follow the latest developments on the CR.